University students from across Africa and the United Kingdom converged on the University of Lagos, Akoka, Nigeria for the third Umoja African Student Leaders Network Summit. Senior correspondent Sharon reports that the young scholars have been charged to uphold the uniqueness of the African culture amidst technological advancement. We have details in this report.
Those who challenge the capacity of Africans to reason.
The University of Lagos is host to the third Umoja African Student Leaders Network Summit. The summit marked the commencement of a week-long celebration of Nelson Mandela International Day.
It is in the making of more leaders like Mandela that we have actually conceptualized celebrating the day at the University of Lagos alongside other student leaders from across Africa. And the idea is to begin to take on the person of Mandela, to learn lessons from his life, his ideology, his philosophies, what he stood for, and begin to mold people of character, of integrity.
But perhaps we have not done enough to challenge their ingenuity to speak to other parts of the economy or other parts of national requirements. So this is what we need to do. The youth are capable of speaking to every aspect, technology, science, education, you name it. So it's not just music and culture and films and so on. But unfortunately, we need to change the perspective to which we have pushed our youth into.
The participants deliberated on matters concerning the role of technology in preserving African culture and proffer solutions that can use digital platforms as a tool to connect student leaders and boost good governance and ethical leadership among student leaders.
We're very keen to bring students together, students in Scotland, students in the UK, and to help them connect with their peers here at the University of Lagos and across the continent of Africa. So we're seeking to undertake more online activities to bring our students together, and in the future to actually bring students from Dundee to here in Lagos to experience what life is like at one of Africa's foremost institutions.
It was emphasized during the event that there is a need for youth inclusion and collaboration to actualize the African Union Agenda 2063, Africa's blueprint and master plan, and transforming Africa into the global powerhouse of the future. Sharon, ijasan, TVC News.
Former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Bode George, said things are not working in Nigeria because the country's constitution is copied from the American Constitution. The PDP chieftain made the statement while featuring as a guest speaker at the 5th-year lecture organized by Swire Limited, publishers of the Freedom Online News platform. Correspondent Ademola Lawrence has details, and we'll be back with business news.
Lecture themed 2023 to 2027, Nigerians elected leaders and expectations, had in attendance veteran journalists, businessmen and women, politicians to deliberate on how Nigeria can pass our way to greatness in the face of economic crisis.
Started by the previous administration.
Representing their principals, Bayelsa and Imo State Chief Press Secretary and Commissioner for Information, spoke about the current realities of what Nigerians are facing and what can be done.
To diversify the state's economy and explore other sectors such as agriculture, tourism, and technology. This will create more job opportunities, reduce poverty, and improve the living standards of our people.
Communication is difficult, and so he establishes that even for the leaders to effectively communicate with Nigerians, to permeate to the grassroots, it becomes difficult. So there is a communication gap. But he arrived at the conclusion that in spite of that, there is one common language that every Nigerian understands in terms of the expectation, and that common language is good governance.
We must revisit how we want to run ourselves.
Speaking during the event, former Deputy National Chairman of PDP noted that the Nigerian Constitution is military in setting and needs to be reviewed.
And having served that long in the military, I can confidently confirm to you that the present constitution of Nigeria is absolutely military in its setting. In the military, orders come from the top to the bottom. But in democratic dispensation, powers will come from the people, from the bottom up. We copied the American Constitution, and we have copied it. That's why things are not working. We must be deceiving ourselves. I'm saying it publicly. If we ever believe that this Constitution will take us to our promised land, no.
With the recent economic policy by the new administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigerians are hoping things will get better in months, years to come. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Lagos.